What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Slime. Hope everybody had a good Easter yesterday. Happy Monday. So today we gonna be breaking down the Pooh Shiesty and the Gucci Man altercation. Now this case has been getting crazier and crazier every day, but it also has been getting clearer every day. Now I want to break down a few things for the ones in the back about some of the things going on in this case. So y'all get comfortable, hit that like button, and let's get it. So first things first, I'm going to keep it 100. I and probably most of y'all would have never heard anything about Gucci Man getting robbed or being robbed if it wasn't for a couple of people who came out 2-3 months ago when this happened and made statements, went on Instagram or went on YouTube and actually said Gucci Man was allegedly robbed, this is what happened, and that happened. We all thought it was fake news or something at the time, but nobody got this from any TMZ, any news sources. They got this from their own personal information they gathered or what they knew. And I'm going to show y'all a couple of videos from people 2 months ago. This happened, in January? 3 months ago, right after it happened, talking about what happened. And I say this because I haven't seen Pooh Shiesty say not one thing about this yet or show any evidence. Now, I'm not saying it all has to do with these people, because I did hear that, there was 9 people involved, and some of those people did post some pictures on their Instagram also of the stolen items. But there's nothing like dropping names and locations and shit like that. So, for example number 1, we got over here is your boy Govan Hernandez, the dude that's the alleged person who unalived young Dolph. He got charged for unaliving young Dolph, who we all know it goes deep, got big problems with Yo Gotti, who got big problems with Gucci. Anyways, this guy needs to go sit down somewhere. He shouldn't be saying anything after you just beat the case. You just beat the charges of, ambushing young Dolph to death. But this is the first person that said it. And this is where the source and the news actually came from 3 months ago. Everybody found out just like this. 3 months later, Pooh Shiesty, whatever, the facility he's in gets kicked in. We even had people Googling this. Nah, he's in the facility. Pooh Shiesty didn't do nothing. But listen to what this dude said. Mind you, like I said, he needs to go and sit down after he just beat his charges for the murder of young Dolph, famous Memphis rapper.
You need to hear this, man, but no.
Y'all need to hear this, man. No, we don't, brother.
Hey, Gucci man, LaFleur. You want to sign 100 nigga from Memphis, Tennessee to try to antagonize God all because he the wife. Then you drop them little niggas and kill Pooh.
You also got this piece of incriminating. You heard him?
You would have a Memphis nigga, man, take your wife and your number.
So he just said, and this was a couple days after this all happened, allegedly, Gucci, you just signed people from Memphis just to get Yo Gotti mad just because he banged your girl. one of the examples, Pooh, he threw out there, which is Pooh Shiesty. This is all going to lead to my next question. Was Pooh Shiesty just a demon and didn't care, even though he had money? Or was he just in a deal where he was being treated like an item, taken advantage of? You know what I'm saying? Just like this guy's explaining right here. And there's also more people from 1017 who's saying Gucci treats his label members like this, that we'll get into.
One artist. You gotta tighten up, Gucci. All that Gucci you were doing.
That's Yo Gotti with Gucci's wife right there. That got a sting.
Nigga from Memphis, Tennessee, you ain't never heard them nigga mixtape. Just signing a nigga trying to antagonize a nigga. And you know we know about the other little shit that just happened too. Yeah, we gonna run that later on though, Gucci. She real shiesty around here, I see. Hey, y'all pray for Gucci.
Bow. With the video y'all heard what he said? And we gonna talk about that other shit y'all did too. It's getting real shiesty out here. All the cops gotta do now is connect the dots.
Hey, Gucci. Hey, Gucci LaFleur, you know I grew up around my granddad and them, bro. They say when you get married, man, you're supposed to always keep your wedding ring on. Always keep your wedding... Damn, my bad, Gucci.
Like I said, together we break chains. Mind you, this is the guy that just, you know, got out of jail, just beat his charges for the unaliving of Young Dolph. If you don't know what Young Dolph is, he was a rapper in Memphis who also had problems with Yo Gotti. So I see a little connection right there between them. And then Pooh Shiesty signs to Yo Gotti. Also, we got this video right here, guys. I just seen this one today, and that's when I was like, whoa. People were saying a little bit too much a couple months ago that they shouldn't have been saying. So this dude right here, Ben the Don, and this is supposed to be an accident. He forgets to mute his stream. Meanwhile, he's talking to somebody on the phone who tells him everything that went down this day. And this is a week after it happened. Back in January. Like I said, all the cops gotta do is connect the dots. Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
He's going back. When you get on stream, call me.
Don't say that, bro.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Hey.
He's showing them pictures right now. I don't know if one of them recorded it or not. Or they're showing items of what they
Are
took.
you fucking serious?
The nigga retarded, bro. It hasn't hit the streets yet.
It hasn't hit the streets
I hope
yet.
you lying, nigga.
Bro, last time I was lying to you?
No, you didn't lie last time.
Okay then. Remember, I always get the shit first. Hey, he got my cap.
He's whispering. He thinks the mic can't hear him.
Yeah, I gotta talk to you at the stream, bro. You about to... Yeah.
Bro, the nigga.
What'd he say?
He got my cap. Bro, the nigga's bro.
Yeah, I gotta talk to you at the stream.
Whatever he said, Don was like rushed him right off the street.
Yeah, I gotta talk to you at the stream, bro. You about to... Yeah, I'll call you in a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
No fucking... Bro, this shit never fucking ends, bro. That shit damn near made me want to end stream, gang.
Left it at that. Come on. If I could put this together, the feds and the police can put this together. That's all I'm saying. Now back to my other question. Like I said, I did hear a couple people from Pooh Shiesty's clique did leak a few. The feds are saying they leaked a few pictures on their Instagram of them with like a watch or a Cuban link that they took. So that's sloppy. Did Pooh Shiesty just not care? Plus he was on his bracelet, which is crazy. Or did, like I said, did he just feel like he was being abused and used. You know what I'm saying? And Gucci's a street dude. He's a street dude. He thought Gucci was a street dude, and he handled it a street way. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get me out this contract, I will force you to sign me out this contract. You ain't gonna own me like a slave. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I'm not saying that's the way he should have went, but here comes Asian Doll, who was signed to 1017, one of her first labels. Mind you, she's a female also, and she wants to add her 2 cents in, which she's siding with Pooh Shiesty. She said anybody that's ever signed to 1017 have to get everything on their own. Nobody gets shit from that label. They take, they don't give, and that's facts. If you become a millionaire, you did that shit on your own. And once you succeed, they come in to collect. Facts. Now that makes me think, with also that being said, and then you got Hernandez saying, which looked like what he was saying was accurate, that Gucci was just signing people from Memphis to get Gotti mad, because Gotti's from Memphis, Shiesty's from Memphis, you know what I'm saying? So now you're being used as to get back at somebody, and you're not being helped with your music. You know what I'm saying? I can see that why that might put somebody in the corner and get them pissed off. You know what? Pooh Shiesty also said that once he got out the feds, that he was upset Gucci Mane didn't put nothing on his books when he was in there, which is a red flag, that he was mad about him. And he was upset that Gucci didn't come and visit him, which I don't know if Gucci can, because it's federal and Gucci's been in trouble. But from what I heard, Yo Gotti did go and visit him. And I heard Yo Gotti might have put a couple million on the table and said, yo, Gucci got you in this 360 deal, this and that. Come to me, I'm going to give you $5 million right now off top. Plus what you make and this and that. That got his eyes. 1017, Asian Doll said, they signed kids from the poor ghetto that's active in the streets. That's right. Let's not also forget how 1017 was trending 2 years ago for being a label that was signing people who were passing away within the next year or two. People started making life insurance rumors, allegedly, and all that stuff. But, so why everyone and their mama keep going? That's when she said, they sign kids from the poor ghetto that's active in the streets. Makes sense. She said, ain't even dropped me from the label. Had to fight to get out my deal. Did not want to let me go. I was the first female at 1017. Facts. First female ever signed to him. I was 19 and was the worst decision I ever made in my life. So she's saying this on Pooh Shiesty's hat. She has no reason to say this. And all them other, I don't know what she's saying. After me was signed, out of all the people after her, she said, all the females after her was signed out of spite, and they knew it. Sheesh. So Gucci really's doing signing people out of spite and shit like that? And leaving them on a shelf? Asian Doll said, if you've never been signed to a label or been signed to 1017, STFU. And a lot of people that was close to Gucci, even related to Gucci, like Waka Flocka, you notice they all separated from Gucci. Oh, he's an old, totally different guy. So yeah, it's another person from 1017 who's still alive, actually speaking on how they were treated. So I also heard a rumor that Pooh Shiesty's cousin Big Scar was signed to Gucci Mane, and he passed away from an overdose from prescription, and Gucci Mane had the nerve to ask for his 1017 chain back and other things, but that's one of the low things that he did. So I heard that was one thing that also got Shiesty a little off the edge. Look, He was a member of Gucci Mane's 1017 Records and gained national recognition as a part of the XXL freshman class. He signed to Gucci Mane 1017 Records in 2020 after his track Make a Play caught the label's attention. Look, notable collaborations. Frequently worked with his cousin Pooh Shiesty, as well Fujiano and Tay Keith. Survival 2020, he survived being shot in the hip. The bullet traveled to his spine. Sheesh. Big Scar died at 22 from an accidental prescription OD. Rest in peace, Big Scar. Free Shiesty. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. We also had Seti Nash too. Can't forget about him on here. Not to throw him under the bus, but he was also on here, you know, saying what happened and what went on. And like I said, these people weren't reading this shit from blogs or news sources. They were getting this info from the streets. That's one thing I cannot do. But yeah, we all heard everybody talking 3 weeks ago. We thought it was fake news. But it was just people making statements and saying what happened. And then 3 months later, you know, feds, whatever, connect the dots, got what they needed, made they move. Bow, bing. And like I said, it's getting a lot more clearer. You see Pooh Shiesty say Gucci Mane ain't look out for him in the prison, ain't sent him no money. First week out, he's making songs with freaking Glorilla, sorry, call her a gorilla, who signed to Yo Gotti. Let's talk about it, baby. Let's talk about it, baby. Whoo! Glow Shiesty. "12 weeks ago, gang. I'm not gonna lie, that first day out song hits even harder now with Pooh Shiesty.
Been making music, won't be able to.
Nice. What kind of genre of music you make? Oh, I like that last stuff you made. I'm gonna play it on my way out, but we gonna get out of here. We gonna lock this video in. This is
Islam we trust. Let's go.
Welcome to Islam we trust. Yeah, you know the name. Nothing but the real urban news. We don't play no game.
Yeah.
Dripping information change.
That floodlight ring.
If it ain't from a source, we don't stand back then.
Flow, go stamp heavy, yeah, put my brand on that.
Facts over rumors, yeah, we stand on that.
Me and my team.
DSWMG, we locked in tight. With the streets and the socials, yeah, we leave it right.